here is the fact that for the first time, several departments of the state are actually working together, which is the DECD, Department of Transportation, and CHSA, which is relatively unprecedented. So I wonder if you might remark on that and Meriden as a model.
Well, I've beaten them into it. So, no, you know what? We've changed our approach. You know, there were references to Sandy Hook. Unbelievable tragedy. But within hours of that shooting having taken place, I had 5 of my commissioners on the ground. It was 5 on the ground working together to help Sandy Hook Elementary, to help the town through those difficulties. We understand that economic development involves energy and environment and DECD and transportation or education or all of those things. So this old silo way of running things made no sense previously. Certainly I didn't run the city that way. I had no expectation that I was going to run a state government that way, and why that model was chosen, I'll never know. We're switching things, responsibilities, and realigning government as I speak. We're not going to stop. This has got to be a process, and we're causing lean processing examinations to go through most of our departments. We started with some of them. Deep. We didn't have an energy department, by the way. Go think about that. We had the most expensive energy in the nation, but we didn't have a department developing policies on that. And we put out a pretty good policy in October. You might want to take a look at it as we look at implementation. But they've gone through their processes. They found decision-making processes that took 120 days that they've gotten down to 18 days. Inspections of water systems are now done on a handheld computer. So there's no making notes, going back to the office, filling out a paper report. I mean, we're making those kinds of changes. People say, well, you're not making them fast enough. Well, I'm making them as fast as we can. But we were so far behind. And I'm not making excuses. I love this job, by the way. This is exciting stuff to bring about this level of change in a relatively short period of time. But we're reinventing who we are and what we are. And that's why DECD and education and transportation and all those folks have got to work with Meriden on that project. It's a pretty complex project. Redirecting the river, at the same time that we're going to be working on transit-oriented development and bringing back commutation services up and down that system, which I think is dynamic and exciting to be working on. Is pretty complex. We're sending more money to Meriden, to every one of the cities here. It's got more education money. It's got more grants. I've stood with local government. I understand local government. I was a mayor for 14 years. I served on boards and commissions. So I'm pretty excited about the relationships that we've developed, and pretty excited about the team that we've put together. And I require that people work together. So, hey, listen, it's been great to be with you. Thanks for the opportunity.